Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Monday. It is January the 4th. It is National Missouri Day. So happy Missouri Day
Missouri
to you.
Day.
It's also National Spaghetti Day. National
Spaghetti.
Trivia Day. Hey, got a trivia question for you today,
Okay.
Heidi. What day is National Trivia Day?
Today.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. And it's Thank God It's Monday Day, which seems a little repetitive. Thank God It's Monday Day. All of those things happening today. And it is, let me check. Yes, it is a Movie Star Monday.
Woo!
And I'm super excited to visit with not only a movie star, but also a very funny comedian, Affion Crockett. And he is in several different movies. But then he's also really well known as a stand-up comic, and he's got the really cool title of being the first person to host a comedy special on Kevin Hart's new platform that he's putting out for comedy.
Okay.
So he's doing it even before Kevin Hart. How cool is that?
That's pretty cool.
And this all happened last year that he was the first one to do this, but I was able to wrangle an interview with him here to kick things off for our Movie Star Monday for 2021.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A study by the University of Boulder in Colorado found that breathing in poor air can upset your stomach.
Well,
And then upset stomach can cause poor air.
I just don't understand who's funding these studies.
Probably somebody that's wanting to get, filtration systems. I don't know, coming up with a way to prove that, hey, in addition to this, it also causes that.
Yeah.
So researchers at Rutgers University reveal quite a few Americans are going to buy a new firearm. Notably, the study finds essential workers are high on the list of people who are particularly likely to purchase a gun within the next year. So that's interesting. I wonder why essential workers are saying, I'm packing heat. Maybe it's because all the people that are going crazy in stores lately. I don't know. Just if you're going to purchase a gun, make sure you know what you're doing with it, because I'm not against guns. I think guns are great.
I'm absolutely not against guns.
Yeah,
Learn how to utilize
otherwise,
it.
if you don't know what you're
Otherwise,
doing,
it's dangerous.
exactly, it's not good. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. She threw a dog under the bus, Heidi. Well, the proverbial bus. An inebriated Canadian woman drove into a ditch, and she had a far-fetched excuse for why when the police asked her. According to her, she said, my dog was driving. 58-year-old motorist and her pooch were in an accident December the 1st. After getting a report that somebody had driven into a ditch in Vancouver, the woman told police that it was just her and the dog in the vehicle. And they said, were you driving? She goes, no, I wasn't driving. It was the dog. Dog was driving, because she was very intoxicated. Police sniffed something out about the claim that was off. The fact that she had been drinking is probably what led to her lying about this.
I'm amazed. We've heard this before.
Yeah.
This has happened before. Oh, yeah, my dog was driving. It's not my fault. My dog was driving.
Yeah.
Well, that's not going to help you.
How does that?
At the end of the day, that is not going to help you.
Well, I don't think the brain was really working all that well. She was barred from the road for 90 days after allegedly refusing to provide a breath sample. Her name is not in the story either.
A breath sample?
Yeah, that's what this says in there.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm just reading it, baby.
A breath sample.
This has been Your Brain on Drugs. And that, by the way, is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by channelsurfertv.com. Tiger Woods' former mistress, Rachel, I'm not sure how I say it. Is it Uchtel? I don't know how you say it. Uchitel.
Okay.
Uchitel? I don't know how you say it. Anyway, she was on the short list to replace Dorinda Medley on The Real Housewives of New York.
Okay.
So, I don't know if she made the cut or not.
I don't know who any of them are.
You're going to have to roll back your DVR and tell me, Heidi.
Yeah, right.
Music TV. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes, back in the day.
MTV?
I don't think it's music TV anymore.
Well, it's just MTV nowadays. But MTV Music Video Awards became the first award show to be staged during COVID-19.
Oh.
So they did that. And I didn't even know they still did music videos.
I didn't know they still did either.
I haven't watched that in a while, apparently. I've had several guests from MTV recently that we've talked to about different shows that they do, but none of them were talking about music videos. And one final story here. The director of The Exorcist shut down rumors in a flash that he was supposed to be involved in this remake of the horror classic. He's like, I am not involved at all. So everybody can quit, spinning these rumors.
You
Not
like
me.
the Exorcist movies?
I know you're into that kind of thing, but that's. I remember like one scene, the where she's
the
pea soup. I remember that, but I don't remember the rest of it.
Great movies.
Big screen, little screen, brought to you by channelsurfertv.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of giftcardchallenge.org. First date, new business meeting, new research shows that you have 27 seconds to make a good first impression. I completely disagree. It's far less than that.
Oh, yeah, I think it's instantly.
I remember reading something where it was 2 seconds. You have 2 seconds. But they're saying now you have up to 27 seconds.
I don't think so.
Research investigated the key contributors to this is timing for a positive first impression. Smiling, being polite, smelling good, being a good listener, and making eye contact are among the leading factors. Besides job interviews, there's no better time to make a good first impression than on a first date. Research shows the average person knows within 15 minutes into a date whether or not they want a second date.
I would guess it would be faster than that. 15 minutes? I don't think it would take me 15 minutes to know.
By 15 minutes on our first date, we were talking about whether or not we were getting married.
Right. I think that's about accurate, too.
And people think I'm kidding right now.
We're not.
We had a plate of nachos and we went through a list of demands. We had both been married and divorced. No, we went through and I'm not putting up with this or this or this. Afterwards, we shook hands over the top of the nachos and said, we're probably going to end up getting married and doing a radio show. Female author. Some of that was true, by the way. Female author Diane Shaw claims that Yankees legend Mickey Mantle drunkenly hit on her when she was a reporter for the team in the 1970s.
Okay.
She just got around to telling somebody about it, apparently. And I don't know what is going on, where that came from, where that story came from, but doesn't it seem weird that if that happened in the 70s, that you're like...
But you know what? There's lots and lots and lots of that coming out. It's
I don't know.
30 years ago, this happened.
And he's gone now. It's not like anybody say, well, Mr. Mantle, what do you think of that?
It. Yeah.
Confirming what many couples already knew, a government study concluded it's healthy to be married.
Okay.
The majority of husbands pack on some extra pounds. I did. The overall married people are sick less often and more active than non-married people. They smoke and drink less and in general feel better than single, divorced, or never married folks, even people just living together. In the study, some 70.6% of husbands were overweight or obese compared to 65.1% of all men. So for females, 48% of females were overweight compared to 48% of women in general. So it's 48.6 and 48.5. So almost the same. But they're saying that, we once we get together, it's like we, eat more food and stuff. For me, it's because Heidi's an amazing cook. And one
I am a
last
good
story.
cook.
You are.
I am.
One last story here. Singer Ed Sheeran, I always thought he seemed like a neat dude. He surprised fans in December by dropping his new standalone song, Afterglow, early. He claims to have written the love song last year. When I say last year, the story was written in 2020. So he claims to have written the story in 2019, which makes sense because he was married in 2019, and it's a love song. Not a lot of love songs coming out in 2020.
Not really, no.
I'm sure hoping we have
A
some
whole
nice
different vibe.
love songs coming out again this year. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you pack out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Movie Star Monday. We have a very funny comedian and actor, Affion Crockett, joining us today. He's been in a bunch of great movies like The Wedding Ringer and Pixels, Undercover Brother 2, and he's a very funny comedian with the very first 1 hour special on Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Network. That's got to be cool to be tapped as the first one to do a 1 hour special on there.
Absolutely, man. I'm excited about it. I'm used to being a trailblazer of sorts in my life, and just I'm not afraid to go through the burning door first.
And the thing that's cool, you've had an amazing career, all of the cool things you've had a chance to do. And I'm looking on here, first of all, you got to tell me, I'm looking at all of these different things that you're known for. You're an entertainer because you're an actor and a writer and a dancer and a rapper and a comedian. I'm like, how many things do you need to do, man? Holy cow, you need to maybe get a hobby, right?
I think so. Yeah, look, man, I was a bored kid, and I just got into everything. Everything that was available to me, I got into it. Martial arts, I'm a barber, I cut hair. I've done it all, John.
There were some things not even on the list. I didn't know you were a barber as well. Holy cow.
Yeah, exactly. I even cut my own hair, so this is a little trivia for you. Any character I've ever done on film, I've cut the hair of that character.
No kidding. So you did your own hair for every one of them?
Every one of them, well, except the ones where I wore a wig.
Okay, well, yeah, I suppose. And let's talk about that, because you did some movies like The Wedding Ringer and Pixels and A Haunted House, but then you're also known for a bunch of online content. Your YouTube channel has done very, very well, and you'll get to be in some commercials, and you're standing next to LeBron James. I mean, how cool is that?
Oh, it's amazing. You know, it's an amazing life. Look, I get to make people laugh for a living. I get to do commercials with the greatest athlete that probably ever lived, and Dr. Dre, of one of the greatest in the hip-hop game. And you kind of have to pinch yourself. You know, I'm just a little kid from Fayetteville, North Carolina, and I just set out to follow this path, and it's been an amazing journey.
Now, let's talk about the comedy portion of everything, because that kind of weaves between all of these. Even the music, you put out an album that was kind of a comedy album there as well. So let's go right to the comedy. What was it that first kind of drew you to that stage and into that spotlight?
For me, I've always been a fan of Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, George Carlin, Chris Rock, the Wayans family. I always felt like I could do what they did and had some kind of inkling of talent compared to all of these people. And that really was the thing. I was always a dancer, always on stage. So when I got a little older, I was like, man, let me step on stage and try to add some jokes to the stage presence that I already have as a dancer. And that's literally how it came about. And Def Comedy Jam, another very influential show in my life. I just wanted to be on that show when it was really, really hot. Martin Lawrence was the host of that. I tried out open mic in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I was good that night.
Nice.
Here I am.
I'll bet you're glad that you were on that night.
Yeah, because I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you guys,
Well,
be honest.
and we're super glad you had that opportunity as well. Now let's talk about this new comedy special, the first ever 1 hour special on Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Network. It's called Mirror to Society, and this is your 1 hour special. What are we going to see go on during that 1 hour of comedy?
You're going to see literally me look in the mirror first and talk about the realization of getting older, even though I may not look it. I'm talking about, the difference of dance moves from back then to now. And then I dive into the deeper stuff. I dive into the relationships. And so I'm basically holding up a mirror to say, here, this is what your relationship looks like, men and women. And I talk about, hey, this is how we treat gay people unfairly. This is my idea about politics, and let's look into that mirror. Let's look into all the mirrors and really look at ourselves and not take ourselves so seriously and just do better.
How long does it take to put together a 1-hour special? Because you can't just write this over a weekend, can you?
No, you can't. I did a lot of road work, man. I went through about 3 hours worth of material over the last 5 years to come down to this hour.
That is awesome. And it's called Mirror to Society, and it's the first ever 1-hour special on Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Network. Have you had a chance to work with Kevin quite a bit?
Yeah, I've known Kevin for a while. The first time we really got to work together was on MTV's Wild 'N Out, Nick Cannon's Brain Trust. And we worked together a few times on that sketch show he had called Short Circuits. And then most recently, we did Wedding Ringer, the movie with him being the best man that makes up all these speeches.
That's awesome. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to chat with us, and I wish you the very best. It sounds like you got some good things going on, man.
Thank you, man. A pleasure talking to you as well.
Again, Affion Crockett, and the special is called Mirror to Society. I'll throw a link to all the info so you can find it online in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Men talk more in public. Women talk more in private.
I can see that.
Do you think that's how it is with us?
Yeah.
Do you really?
In private, you don't say a whole lot necessarily.
I thought you were just giving me a bunch of guff the other day for talking too much all the time.
You talk more when there's people around than you do if it's just us. Because usually you're on your computer or you're watching TV. But when there's people around, you talk.
I cannot wait till it's just you and I've got so much more to say now. Now that I know you want me to talk. I thought you wanted me to quit talking. I took that hint.
I never said I
when
wanted
you said,
you
would you please shut up? I took that hint as you didn't want me to talk so much. Good times. This is today's fun fact. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for a news headline from somewhere in this world, Dateline United Kingdom. This is quite the story here. A UK couple hastily rearranged their entire wedding in just 2 hours to avoid their special day getting scrapped by the last-minute lockdown. So they had a plan to get married, and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, you can't get married that day now. And they're like, why not? Well, because we have lockdowns coming. So they said, can we get married today? Okay. And in 2 hours, they threw together the wedding and everything came together. Can you imagine how stressful that would be? Because then you got to decide, okay, I fit into this stuff right now. We don't know how long this lockdown is going to be. And what am I going to eat during this lockdown?
Right.
I might not still fit in this stuff. So, and I'm sure there's probably way more to it than just that. But I'm thinking what I would be thinking. Anyway, 2 minutes, not 2 minutes, 2 hours. They planned the wedding and went off without a hitch. That is a news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's weirdgiftoftheday.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by weirdgiftoftheday.com. A 36-year-old woman spent the night in jail for allegedly battering a man after she caught him viewing some stuff on his phone that she didn't think he should be viewing.
Oh.
Some naughty stuff on his phone. Marion County Sheriff deputy responded to a disturbance, met the victim at his truck a few blocks from where the incident happened. The victim said he got into a heated argument with Danielle Witt over him making toast instead of rolls for breakfast.
Okay.
The victim said to avoid confrontation, he went into his bedroom and started watching a video on his phone.
A video.
I'm going to just move on with that. That's when she came in, saw what he was doing, and punched him in the chest. The victim said in order to defend himself, he grabbed Witt by the back of the neck and pushed her away. He said he continued to be attacked by her 4 or 5 more times. He had bruises all over. Anyway, the deputy observed large bruises on the victim's forearm. And that's when it says here she was charged with simple domestic battery. So what a bizarre story. I was reading this going, where do I even put this? Do I even read this? But I thought, that's weird. So it is today's Weird News.
John and Heidi.
Time now for your moment of duh, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. A man caught driving 130 miles an hour on a motorway in the UK said he was trying to avoid catching coronavirus.
Wow.
Police described the incident on Twitter, posting, quote, an officer stopped a driver who was speeding on the M25 going 130 miles per hour. His reply to why he was speeding, he said, I thought the faster I went, the less chance I'd catch coronavirus. Really?
Yeah, no, it's not going to work.
Driver reported to court. Hashtag slow down is what they put on there. Incidents of speeding, I guess, have become quite common in areas where the roadways have been very congested, but right now they're very quiet, especially around the UK during lockdown. They say it's pretty dangerous on the roads because people are going really fast. 130 he was going.
That's insane.
Yeah, you don't do that. If you do, you'll end up right here in today's moment of duh.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for fake news or Florida. Heidi, tell me, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or is it fake news made up to trick you and amuse me? What do you think, Heidi? Fake news or Florida? Florida man shot by a mother of 3 after breaking into her home and claiming that he was being chased by dinosaurs. Fake news or Florida?
Florida.
It is a true story. How in the world did you guess that? There's nothing
Well,
about.
I mean, if he was most likely on some sort of a
Yeah, it doesn't
drug,
say.
so he could have very easily thought that he was being
chased by dinosaurs.
Yeah, I can see that.
That is a bizarre story. And once again, Heidi got it right. How do you do this? She's magical, folks. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of The John and Heidi Show is brought to you by The John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying The John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of giftcardchallenge.org, which once again is a way for you to make your own good news. Need some details on that? You can find them at giftcardchallenge.org. Here's the headline. Volunteers provide hundreds of hot meals for stranded truck drivers in England. I love this. Volunteers in Kent rallied together to make sure truckers who were stuck due to the border closure, they want to make sure these guys don't go hungry.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so there's a temple there that provided 800 hot meals for the drivers that were stranded in Dover. Temple leaders received a call around noon. They sprung into action Got a bunch of folks, including the Kent Police and the Kent City Council, and they all work together. It says this is a very tough. They said, well, we got in touch this morning, and we came to collect food. We made some phone calls and got volunteers, and we're doing everything we can to make sure that we feed and deliver the food to these vulnerable people. And it says altogether they made 500 chickpea curries and 300 mushroom and pasta dishes. So 800 meals altogether. More than 1,000 trucks were parked in the country, filling roadsides as well as airports. They were parked everywhere. They say all of these truckers are just waiting for the go-ahead to be able to leave, but the border was closed, so they're all just waiting. Now, we have a friend who is a truck driver.
Yes, we do.
And he was back in the neighborhood.
And he's probably listening right now.
He probably is. How you doing? But he was back in the neighborhood, and when we were chatting with him about what it's like out there, he said it is very different than the way it used to be. And it just be nice to the truck drivers, because there are times that people are not necessarily nice. I didn't even realize that, because I would never dream. Would never. No.
They literally bring you everything.
Yeah, and they're driving a vehicle that could crunch over most of our cars. So when he was talking about, oh no, people are really rude. They pull right in front of you and they do. Guys, you could get crushed, man. Just be nice out there. Be really good. And Ross, thanks for doing what you do, man. All right, time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.